Hello and welcome everyone to Last Level Press. I am Mr. Black, at least for now. And as anyone caught up to the conclusion of this series knows, I have learned what many who reach the end of S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Shadow of Chernobyl never realize. That there is more awaiting those who reach the center of the zone than the hordes of Monolith and the mythic wish-granter they revere. Sea consciousness awaits. However, it is the Monolith I've returned to reveal. As many who miss the corridor leading further into the NPP and ultimately to sea consciousness, or who never secure the key to open it, never realize, there are multiple ends to Strelok's tale. And chasing the legends of the Wish-Granter, infiltrating the Chernobyl reactor's sarcophagus rather than confronting sea consciousness, is a death sentence. A swift end to Strelok's story, and one which, I admit, I myself fell prey to the first time I completed Shadow of Chernobyl. The details differ from stalker to stalker, depending upon a multitude of variables to do with one's choices throughout one's time in the zone. However, the end result is always the same. Whatever illusions the Wish-Granter projects into one's mind as it grants one's heart's desire, the concentrated radiation of the sarcophagus itself kills any stalker to reach it where they stand.
I want to be rich.
And speaking of wishes, as much as I love this series and all that's come of it, at the risk of engaging in some revisionist, idealistic thinking, there are some things, as I conclude the series epilogue now, that I wish I could have done differently with it. Watching the intro to the first episode in this series now, I cringe at how I handled it. It's a miracle any of you stuck around to watch the rest of it. I cannot thank you all enough for doing so and for supporting me, even as I stumbled like a rookie through one amateur mistake after another. I wish, rather than paraphrasing my own version of the setting's premise at the start, that I'd remembered at the time that there's a PDA entry covering exactly that I could have read. And speaking of, I wish I'd covered a little more with the PDA entries, reading more of them throughout the series, perhaps as post-credit addendums, or as I came across the relevant creatures and factions. I feel like I left a certain amount of the S.T.A.L.K.E.R lore out of this series in passing over those, and lessened the impact of this particular telling of its story for it, especially where the character of Strelok and his relationship to sea consciousness and Monolith is concerned. All said, though, I know I'm criticizing myself now, armed with the lessons I've learned throughout this very series, of commentary, of presentation, of pacing, of style, of showing action and lore in equal measure, of organizing the structure of a series such that I can show more than tell. I suppose I can't have done too poorly, however, considering how many people continually voice their appreciation for this series and already ask me to return to the zone for Clear Sky and the Call of Pripyat almost every day. In the words of Strelok himself, I don't know whether I was right or wrong. I guess I'll never know. But I made it. And I guess I should be thankful for that. So thank you all yet again for watching. I am Mr. Black here at Last Level Press, signing off as such. Cast off my old S.T.A.L.K.E.R name completely from here on. For personal reasons covered elsewhere for the curious. And I confess, I saved this episode for the last that I kept for it. Felt fitting, you know. And so, I continue on as Kinsmarck from here on out. And as always, I wish you all good gaming, Godspeed, and good hunting, Stalker.